It's a ground beef week. I have all this ground beef that we need to eat through in the freezer. So we're gonna cook it up this week. This whole week. We're eating up my ground beef. Throughout this weekly vlog, I'm going to be doing recipes with all of this. Now, I can't promise you they're all gonna be fantastic because I am a homeschooling mama of 4, work at home homeschooling mama of 4. So I can't tell you these are all gonna be extravagant meals, but I can give you ideas in case you forgot about a meal that you like and it's a simple meal and you see me cook it and you're like, snap, Marina, I haven't ate that in a while. I can give you motivation like that too. But it all ain't gonna be like extravagant Pinterest-worthy recipes. Some of them are though. We're gonna try some stuff new and we're also gonna try stuff that we've already tried before. On the menu tonight is Italian sandwiches. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Bon appetit.
These Italian sandwiches are perfect for weeknights, especially if you got a bunch of little kids running around, your husband's been working all day, you're running back and forth to extracurriculars. These Italian sandwiches are going to save you so much hassle. Think about it as a glorified manwich. For some reason, when I tell my kids we're having manwiches, it's a kind of thing. But if I tell them we're having these Italian sandwiches, it's oh yes, heck yeah, mama. We're going to attempt this again. Last time we attempted it on here, I ruined it because I burnt the piece of plastic on it that I never take off. But we're going to be adamant on taking the plastic off of it this time. Funny thing about it is, let me show you what I got out of the P.O. box mail the other day. That's the part I always leave on there. Ouch! No wonder I leave it on there because it's hard to get off. Be right back. Look at this, it's embroidered and I had a fit whenever I opened it. Look. Praying for no paper in the sausage kind of day. You know I gotta use this one just for that. This one is Marina's Kitchen, mac and cheese and Jesus, please. Homemaking 101, taught by Jesus. Amen to that. Look at my wiener dogs. #TaterNation. Oh my gosh. We also got a fearfully created and abundantly blessed. I love it. I love it so much. And this one is I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. I can use this one for Valentine's Day. I love them so much, but oh my gosh, whenever I opened this one and I read it, it says praying for a no paper in the sausage kind of day. I couldn't contain it. I browned and grounded up my hockey puck worth of ground beef and I drained it and set it aside. Then I cooked up my sausage, drained it, and then added my ground beef back in there. Then all it takes is just half of a jar like this of some Prego sauce. Don't use any other sauce. I mean, you can. Great Value sauce is kind of good, but Prego's where it's at, man. Prego really makes this. You put it in there, you let it simmer for a little bit, you pop it on some buns, and voila, you have the easiest dinner literally ever. And it's a glorified manwich. So if you guys remember, I mentioned that the girls' room needed a heavy decluttering. We did not do a big old decluttering before Christmas like we usually do. Usually before Christmas, like, we do a heavy decluttering. We re-gift our stuff, we donate stuff, we throw away trash. We do the whole 9 yards in their rooms, and this year we didn't do that. And so their room is overflowing. They got a lot for Christmas this year, so that stuff needed to be rotated out in order for them not to drown in it, because right now they're drowning in it. And I mentioned a couple videos ago that I gave them the bags. They went and decluttered 200 items and they did a great job, but it was like 200 doll clothes. So there's not a dent that was made in the room at all. Even decluttering that many accessories, they have that many accessories that you can declutter 200 and not even look like you made any progress at all. So that's not good, and we can't be drowning in stuff. You can't fit nothing in there. You can't hardly walk it through there. I mean, they've created a path, but there's like walls of just stuff everywhere. Nowhere goes to its designated home. And if I give it a home, it doesn't stay there. So we're going to learn a very valuable lesson today and learn that, you know, things go back where we put them. I can't expect of them anything that I can't do myself. And I have a problem putting things back in its home. And that's a lot of times why my house gets so messy, is I had that problem. So they have that problem, because it's a lead by example sort of thing. So I can't expect them to be immaculate and tidy people, because mama isn't immaculate and tidy. So I'm trying to teach myself and allow it to be a domino effect, which is why I'm not as hard on them as a lot of people want me to be. With children, it's learned behavior. It's learned behavior, and it's not their fault. Their mama is working on her. I should have had myself together a long time ago, but I didn't. So I'm in this season of motherhood where I'm literally working on myself, trying to better myself so my kids can better themselves. So what do we do whenever we're overwhelmed and we can't keep an area clean and there's too much stuff? We declutter it and we give ourselves space. If we have so many items that we don't know what to do with them and we can't properly organize them and keep them organized, then that means we got to get rid of some items, and we got to get rid of a lot of items. So I've talked with my kiddos about it. I never do anything without their consent when it comes to their rooms, but I've had a very long conversation with them about what we need to do and why we need to do it, and we have come to an agreement, and I have been given the reins to take over and do probably the biggest declutter my kids have ever seen. The girls' room definitely needs declutter, and it needs a big one, so that's what we're going to do today. And it'll probably roll over into tomorrow because it's like in the evening, so it'll definitely roll over into tomorrow, but we're going to get rid of a lot of stuff. And for some reason, they're not mad about it. And I think it's where they want, nobody wants to walk into a cluttered room. Nobody wants to walk into their space in their home and not be able to navigate through it because there's so much stuff. No matter how much you love that stuff, it's going to mess with you mentally. So I think that's why it's not as a big problem as I thought it was going to be, because in reality, they want a clear space. They need a clear space. They don't need to be surrounded with all that stuff. So we're on the same page. I'm being handed the reins, and we're going to get the daggone thing done. Not going to lie to you, this is overwhelming to me. So we're just going to jump on it, and we're going to do my orbiting method where I start in one area, and I just circle all the way around the room to keep myself on track and to keep it moving. The downfall of this room has been the accessories. There are way too many accessories in this room, and it's because my girls really enjoy the accessories. They love the mini brands, and oftentimes with birthdays, holiday, gift bags, Christmas, there's almost always mini brands in there somewhere. You can absolutely overdo a good thing. I mean, just look at me. I overdid Reese's a long time ago. You can overdo a good thing, and that's exactly what we've done here. This is the room tidy, by the way. This is the room tidy. There's just too much stuff and too much little stuff. So walking in here, I was overwhelmed, and I've been on YouTube for 3 years. I know the kind of comments that come along with videos like this. It's, why are your kids not cleaning? Why do you not make your kids clean up after themselves? Why can't your kids clean this up? Why are you cleaning this up for them? And I get it. I'm not mad at people for making comments like that. A lot of times they're just genuinely curious and they're not being buttheads about it. Sometimes they're being buttheads about it. Most of the time they're not. I have answered questions like that 1,000 times in the comments, but I'm doing a one and done right here and answering it right now. And if any of y'all ever see comments in the comments below that I don't get to that ask these sorts of questions, feel free to just reiterate what I'm saying right now in the nicest way possible, because sometimes I can't get to everybody, and sometimes the question is left hanging with no answer, and I don't like to leave you guys with no answers. So here's my answer. I am the face of this channel. My children are not the face of this channel. You guys see a cleaning video from one day out of the week, a couple of days, a few hours out of a week. Every day is not shown on this video. There are many times my kiddos get in here and clean their rooms. And when they do clean their rooms, I don't see it as content. I see that as that's our life. Whenever I, as a content creator, see something that needs done around the house, I make it into content because that's what I do. That's not what they do. Most often they do it daily, even though you can't tell. They're heavy players, man. They are hard players. And they do that on their own time, on our own time, off the record, completely off of the record. Because they're not the face of this channel. They've never been the focus of my channel, and they never will be. I find it, as a parent, really weird when people comment asking to see my children clean. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. You might see them in the background. You might see them come in and help me. But as far as the focus of this channel goes, it is on me and me alone, and I put the focus on Jesus. So really, it's on Jesus. And we don't see Jesus out here cleaning either. Secondly, the second reason, and here's my second answer, is sometimes the room just needs a mama deep clean. You guys don't see me cleaning my kiddos' rooms very often, and that's because I don't do it very often. The only times I clean my kiddos' room is when A, it's due for a deep cleaning, or B, it needs heavy decluttering, and that's exactly what it needed today. And my final answer, my third answer, you can pick from these whichever does it for you. But my third answer is I was overwhelmed when I walked in here. And I don't have a popular style of parenting. I get told I'm not hard enough on my kiddos. I'm too easy on my kiddos. But let me tell you this. I walked in here as a 32-year-old woman and I got overwhelmed. My kids had to have been overwhelmed whenever they walked into this room. In fact, when I asked one of them why it hadn't been done, they said, I don't know, Mama. I don't know where to start. It's overwhelming. Well, right there's my cue as a parent to come in and save the day. Because when they get 16, 17, 18 years old and they're out here in the world and they're making a mistake and they're getting themselves in a pickle, they're going to know Mama to the rescue. They're going to know if I call my mama right now, Mama's not going to say, well, you made your bed, lay in it. Mama's going to come and she's going to help me figure this out. And even if she's just going to aid me a little bit, because I can't solve all of their problems, but I can start here. Because at the end of the day, the whole reason my kiddos are in this sort of pickle is because me. It's learned behavior. I'm the messy person. I am a very, very messy person. I'm not a tidy person by nature at all. I've always been messy. I was never taught to clean. I had to teach myself to clean. I'm still teaching myself to clean. And the product of that is kids who don't know how to clean themselves. And I wish it wasn't that way. I wish I could go back to my 20-year-old self and say, Marina, get it together right now because you're going to need it together for later. But in reality, that didn't happen. It didn't work out that way. And I'm in the middle of teaching myself something in hopes that me teaching myself that will secondhand teach my children. And that's turning out to be true because the product of it is on your screen right now. My kids are beginning to enjoy cleaning and tidying up. They still get overwhelmed, but one of them in particular loves to organize. He loves to organize. If he can organize anything, he'll be like, Mama, can I organize this fridge really quick? And that's just something that's happened in the last year. That's something that's happened within the last year. Whenever I got him involved in organizing, when I began to organize myself, I was getting my kids involved in organizing and they came to love it. It's been a big old game of patience because I have had to be patient with myself and patient with the other people living in my home, the people I love the most. I've had to learn patience. If I had made a huge deal out of it when I first started this journey, I would have been like, all right, as of today, we're going to get organized. We're going to stay organized. Do you hear me? I'm Marina. I'm getting organized. And then guess what? I say that and I make this whole big deal about it in front of my family. I say that and then guess what? I regress because I get organized for a little bit and then I get unorganized. And then I get organized, unorganized because I'm still in the process of learning just as they are. So that's why I'm not so aggressive about it. It's why I'm very passive about it because I try to mirror the love of Jesus in every aspect of my life, but especially in my home life. So when I get myself in a pickle, oh my gosh, y'all, 10 years ago, when I got myself into a giant pickle, God didn't look down on me and say, oh, well, you made your bed, lay in it, lay right there. You did that, Marina, you're going to fix it. No, you know what he did? He literally picked me up. He helped me clean the mess around me. Oh, come on now. When I was overwhelmed, completely in despair, he fixed it for me. He fixed it for me. So I'm going to fix it for them because I can't fix a lot of things in their life. In their adult life, there's not going to be much I'm going to be able to fix. But right now, I can fix this. And it starts in this room. As something as little as decluttering, it starts right here because I can show them. I can be an example that unhelpful behavior can be unlearned. You can unlearn behavior that doesn't benefit you. You can learn behavior that benefits you. You can learn routine. You can teach yourself things like that, even when it doesn't come naturally. Here are my answers. Lord help the finger cramp you're going to have trying to reiterate that in the comments. I gotta show you guys what I got for my kiddos for Valentine's Day this year. Every year, I make them a Valentine's Day gift basket. Gift bag, gift something. This year, I was hesitant to do it because, well, y'all see what's in this video. I mean, I'm decluttering a lot of stuff. I don't want to add more stuff. This year, I was hesitant to do it, but it's a tradition, and my kids look forward to it every year. So I knew I had to do something. I got them things that they've been needing, like socks. They need socks, always need socks. But then I got them a few little things, but nothing that's just going to scatter around their room and not be used and just be like considered junk. Even though I don't think anything anybody could gift you could be junk, but you know, like the little things you get that are like heart themed, and you get them only because they're heart themed or only because they're Easter egg themed or whatever, and then they end up just being all over their room, and it just adds to the mess. I didn't want to go that route this year, so I went with mostly edible stuff, but then I added in, you know, a few fun things too. Most of this is from the Dollar Tree. A little bit of it is from the Ross, and then a little bit of it is from Walmart too. I picked up some extra Valentines. These aren't for the kiddos, they're for their homeschool friends in our little group thing, and then for their friends in their extracurriculars like karate and stuff. I need just a few more, so I picked up this. These are for the girls. I got these at the Dollar Tree, got that at the Dollar Tree, got these at the Dollar Tree, but they were not $1. They were $5, and I got Colton a pair and Cameron a pair because they desperately needed socks. They love socks too, like they love socks. They love character socks, so I try to always put some sort of sock in whatever holiday basket or bag I'm doing. Cammy's gummy bears can't be a holiday bag without his gummy bears. 4 boxes of chocolate. We got 4 little hearts of chocolate. These are for the boys, for the girls. Those are from the Dollar Tree, and then I found these. They're marshmallow hearts. And I thought the kiddos would really love those. All of my kiddos are fans of marshmallows, any kind of marshmallow, so I think they'll really like that. I got 4 boxes of those at the Dollar Tree. I got their mini pops at the Dollar Tree. I got these for the boys. Colton's been wanting gel pens, so I got him and Cammy both a pack to go along with their sketchbooks. They use pencils, pens, markers, whatever in the books like this, and they've already went through all of their last ones. So I got new ones to go in their Valentine's Day gift bags. These are the bags. They only had 3 of these, and I hate getting one of them a different one. It's different, but I'll do any, mini, mo to see whoever gets that. Then I've got these cute little lip glosses. They're called Pop Gloss, and it's kind of like soda pop glosses. My girls are always a fan of lip glosses, chapsticks, lip oils, things like that, so I thought they would really like these. Got those from Walmart. Got these from Walmart as well. You know, they're a huge fan of squishies and squishmallows. I got those. And while their collection is ever growing, it is something that they collect, and it is something they actually play with, so I don't mind adding in a little bitty one. No more big ones for a while. Got these for Cammy because he would rather have these than anything. These are blow pop charms, and they're like suckers, but like without the sticks, and they have gum in them. 2 heart themed cups for the girls. I got these at the Walmart, and I think it has a little stationery. I think it has a little stationery in there. And then I got one of the boys this because they also like little squishies, and this you can mix, pour, and play. You literally create the squishy. I thought that was so cool. This was all of the paper that the Dollar Tree had, so they're gonna get sailor themed paper in their Valentine's Day bags. I got these Barbie gummies from Ross. They're just like Barbie themed gummies. And then I got Colton some of this Adidas stuff. This is his favorite 3-in-1 body wash shampoo thing. He wants every single color, so anytime I have the opportunity, I grab him one, whether it's on Amazon, wherever. Mostly I had to find these on Amazon. Sometimes I can look up and find them at Ross though. He's never had this kind, so I'm excited for him to see this one. And then lastly, I got him some Dum Dum Valentines. That's for them, not for their friends. I've got different ones for their friends, but these, while I'm sure that they'll use some of the Valentines, it's mostly just for the lollipops. While it looks like a whole lot of stuff, it's mostly candy. I usually do go bigger, but my kids are never ones to get like iPads for Valentine's Day. They'll be happy with it nonetheless. It does not take a whole lot to make my kids happy, especially when they see the marshmallows. The marshmallows are going to sell it for them. I'm decluttering over half of this room. Literally half of this room. Over 1,000 items. Over 1,000 items. And over 48 pieces of clothing. By the end of this whole declutter, over 1,000 items are being decluttered, and over 48 pieces of clothing are being decluttered and donated. I am not playing around, because playing around would do my kids a disservice, and I'm going to make sure I do them justice by getting rid of this stuff, man. Not focusing so much on materialistic stuff and not allowing us as a whole to drown in stuff that is just totally unnecessary. Half this stuff wasn't even played with because you couldn't find half the stuff. There was no way we could come up with an organization method because there was too much stuff to organize and there wasn't enough homes to put it in. It was a mess. It was a literal mess in so many ways, more than one way. I have done several huge declutters on this channel. In fact, I have a playlist. It's Minimalism My Way. That's what it's called. I have it from a year or two so ago, and I decluttered a crap ton. But this is the biggest declutter I have ever done in one single room ever. Literally half of the contents of the room are gone like a fart in the wind. Throughout this process, I was finding duplicates of so many things. So what I did was I gave myself an area like this bucket, and whatever I couldn't fit in that bucket is gone. Whatever won't fit in that bucket, bye. Whatever is left, whatever excess we have, see you later. Not. See you not. See you never. There were too many Barbies at the family reunion. There was too many Barbies at the barbecue. They had to go. They had to leave. Fire marshal was coming in and it was saying it's too crowded in here. I am fire marshal. I'm continuing my orbit method all around this room. What I do with the orbiting method, if you're new here, is I literally start at one point and I just continue around the perimeter of the room. And I use that perimeter to keep me on task and to keep me on track. And then once I'm done with the perimeter of the room, I tackle the center. And then once everything is decluttered, I go back in and I start over and I go around the room and I organize. I have to do things separately like that just because it's how my brain works. It helps whenever you have ADHD to focus on one thing. So I focus on that one round around the room for decluttering, and then I focus on that one round around the room for organizing. It would honestly be faster if you did it all at once and just did one round. And if you can do that, I would suggest trying to do that. But with the brain that I have, it's just virtually impossible for me to do it that way. So I have to do 2 rounds. I had a list of things that the girls did not want me to touch, and for everything they kept, I was able to find something to get rid of. So, for example, they really, really love their Squishmallows, but they have squishies that are not Squishmallow, the brand Squishmallow, so I got rid of a lot of those. They love, love, love their Rainbow Highs, but they have way too many just standard Barbies, so I got rid of all of the Barbies almost. I kept a few, but I kept all of the Rainbow Highs. I shouldn't say all of the Barbies. I got rid of all of their older Barbies. I kept their new Made to Move Barbies, which are the Barbies that have like ligaments that move and stuff that all the kiddos love right now. I kept their newer Barbies, but I got rid of all of the older Barbies. Same with the My Life dolls and the Baby Alives. I got rid of their older ones and kept their newer ones and just like basically rotated it out like the grocery stores do. Bring the new ones to the front and the old ones to the back sort of thing. Except for we didn't put the old ones to the back. We put the old ones outside and they're going to Goodwill. And some of their friends too. They're wanting some of them too. But throughout this whole declutter session, which took me 3 or 4 days, I constantly had one trash bag going and one donate bag going. One of the girls had actually by themselves got in this room a couple weeks ago and did a really good cleanup in it, and they had rearranged some stuff too. So I didn't even realize until I'm editing this and doing this voiceover that this cube, this cubby, is backwards. So like the back of it is in the front and the front of it's in the back. I don't think they even realized that when they were moving stuff around. I just noticed it.
Another week, another day, another hour since you went away, and so cliche you didn't say goodbye. I've been waiting for so long, still debating what went wrong. All by myself, you pulled away, you couldn't say what we were struggling with. It's one of us, it's obvious, but who's to really blame? There's an aching in my heart, all the questions that I've got.
Alright, it's gonna look a lot different. Let me go turn on the light real quick. So over here, this is their dollhouse, every bit of their doll accessories, their gym bags for their extracurriculars, and over here, it's dolls, LOL, and a bucket of doll clothes. I got rid of, hold on, let me show you my face so I can say this to you person to person. I got rid of over 1,000 items. Honest to God. 1,000 items. Never again. Never, ever, 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 ever again. I decluttered, I'd say about 1/3 of their dolls. I decluttered about 3/4 of their doll accessories. I went to ham on the accessories. We don't do the little stuff anymore. I've got little mini brands that in their fridge, and that's the only place they have mini brands now. And my kiddos were mini brand fanatics, but the mini brands were everywhere. I'm really sad about it, and I hate that it come to this, but it's brought both me and the girls like a lot of joy, knowing that some other kid is going to get a lot of joy out of that. So it wasn't a loss. It wasn't a loss of money if somebody else can find joy in that stuff. But this is their doll area, and now we can actually pull out the mattress for the second one here. Those 2 horses are staying because that's a gift that my dad gave them, and they love those. This is a Squishmallow corner. Like I said, my girls, they love, they collect, they adore Squishmallows. So their collection is pretty large. And I'm going to, when we do this room makeover, I'm going to do a whole system with these so that they can keep these. You know, the things that they love, I want to keep. Things that we don't care about, things that end up in the floor and scattered about is a different story. But things that they love and they collect and they take care of, we're going to come up with a system for that whenever we do the room makeover. Got their Furby, their TV, their lamp. Look, that's the other boho lamp. I got the other one in my living room that I showed you guys in the last video. The other one's here. One of them's glasses container, their little wallet that they have a little Woggles card in. In here we have little things. Like this is their little Christmas Lego thing that they're making with their daddy. Every few days they'll sit down and they'll spend like an hour building Legos together from the Legos that they got for Christmas. And when they build it, they glue it together and they put it in here. An empty bin. Who is this? This is their baubles. This is their PlayStation, their little mini baubles that they carry with them, and a little plant, a thing of stuffed animals, a thing of coloring books, a thing of stuffed animals, a thing of electronics, a thing of stuffed animals. I got rid of a lot of the pillows. That's from the Elf on the Shelf. I need to get that out real quick. I got rid of a lot of the pillows that they had, and I just kept minimal. This is all the Legos that I kept. This is the Legos that they got for Christmas that we invested in. Those ain't going nowhere. Like I said, they play with those with their daddy though. Every few days they'll literally sit down for an hour together and they will have a blast building and gluing all the pieces together. So those are staying. This right here in this little corner is the decor that I'll be reusing in their room makeover. And this is all of their My Life dolls and their Baby Lives that I kept. Those are the only ones. It is a huge difference. Huge difference. Now, this room will be ready for us to do a makeover in. We're not going to do one anytime soon. I'm doing all the main living areas first. And I got a question in the comments about why I'm doing it that way and how I should be doing it the opposite, starting in the bedrooms. And I disagree. I don't want to do that. Because in the living area, we only had one couch for the 6 of us. Because I didn't want to bring in a whole lot of furniture that I would have to move around and paint around and all sorts of stuff. So I wanted to bring in the furniture once I got that room done. That way we're not walking around a bunch of furniture. We're not trying to move furniture. We're not painting around furniture, doing DIYs around furniture. Whenever we do DIYs and makeovers, it gets really crowded anyway. The last thing I want is to have a bunch of furniture in there because it will be so chaotic. So I'm starting in the main living area and then working out from there. It's just what I prefer and it works a lot better for us. Our rooms are fine. The only thing that we would need is, you know, organization systems and cosmetic stuff, and that's it. Versus doing the main living area where we need things like we need a kitchen area to eat and we need seating for both the living rooms and for our entertainment in there and stuff. So this makeover as well as the other bedroom makeovers will be headed your way, just not before the rest of the main living area gets done. I'm pretty sure that I decluttered 10 bags of items and 3 bags of trash out of this room alone, just this room. That's not counting their rug, and that's not counting some of the decor that won't fit in bags that I'm afraid to put in bags because it's breakable. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. And I was overwhelmed, and I didn't think I was going to make it through it, but I had help. Colton came in and helped, and then my camera died in the middle of doing all that, and I continued to work last night, and the girls came in, and I was having them do some things until I needed space, because I was like, okay, Mama needs to get her head in the game. I need to focus on this. Like, I want to get the daggone thing done. I need to go. I don't have time to negotiate today. I find I get a lot more done whenever I'm just in the zone and on my own. Whew, another one bites the dust. All right, I'm tired. Tonight's ground beef meal, we are having taco salads. These things are banging, and they're super easy, super quick, and super good. They're also healthy because they have like lettuce, and ours has carrots in it and stuff. It's like basically a salad with just taco ingredients mixed in.
Coming in at a towering 6'1", weighing an exact 190 pounds, soaking wet, awesomely creative! Thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Get that Karen out of here. We're starting over here on the bacon side of things. I killed it. But we've got us a granulated sugar along with an all-purpose. I feel like we have so many all-purpose flours.
Yeah, we have too many.
Because I know we haven't baked that much. And I know that every grocery haul, I think I've had at least one, like for the last 3 times.
I keep forgetting if I have it or not.
Well, we're ready for cookies. 2 boxes of corn muffin mix. Hey, we haven't had cornbread in a while. Not to be confused with original sweet cream. We've got some naturally flavored buttery rounds. I love how they're called buttery rounds. Kind of sound fancy when you shouldn't. We got a big old pack of cheese here. A pack of garlic breadsticks. These boxes are getting smaller. Hard times, man. We got some eggs here, which I think you finally cleaned out all them eggs out of the fridge. So yeah, we're ready to stock back up and buy 5 more packs of them and forget about it. We got a family size Caesar.
I just don't like how you take this as an opportunity to roast me.
Listen, there has to be a roast in this grocery haul, and I don't see one in front of me, so. We got some Caesar salad here, along with a good old pack of onions here. We've got a pack of mild cheddar cheese, along with 2 packs of mozzarella. What is this for?
A bunch of recipes. I sent you a list.
Oh, I was about to say, you sent me a list. Was I supposed to get more?
No, I had to save it, and I didn't have a pen or anything, so I just texted it to you and sent it to you.
Oh, we've got a thing of 2%. We've got 2 cans of crescent rolls here. We've got a thing of chicken broth here. Always makes me happy to see that. Oh, Raina, you got Italian sausage. What is this for?
Something.
Something? Okay, I'm down. We've got classic iceberg salad. This was one of the strangest grocery hauls this time because they gave us our produce, but they didn't put the produce in small little baggies. So we've just got this head of cabbage and this lone pepper here, just chilling. You can't see this. We've got a thing of waters here. We've got a can of whole kernel corn. I'm pretty sure we got a bunch of those up in the cabinet.
No, we have hominy.
We got a big old thing of manwich stuff, along with some beef broth. We've got the great value version of cheese heads, along with some sub rolls. We've got the 1, 2, 3 loaves of bread, along with some tutti fruttis, cinnamon toasters, mateys, Raina. What are egg noodles? Why are they egg noodles?
They actually are like the noodles that are in the Hamburger Helper box.
Poultry noodles. These are poultry noodles.
You want some poultry? Just call 865-009. Get your poultries if you want some. Get the poultries from the egg, kill it open, and get the noodles. Poultry eggs.
Oh, commercial.
Poultry eggs.
So yeah, we got a pack of poultry noodles here. We got a thing of white spoons. Rini got a thing of ramen here. These aren't the boxes this time. You got the packets this time. We afforded the fun pack this week, baby. We got some waffle crunches. What would happen if you put syrup on waffle crunches?
You would get a sugar rush.
Yeah. We've got some chocolate chip chewy granola bars. And some nacho cheese tortilla chips, not to be confused with Doritos. So there you have it, folks. That is the grocery haul for this week. I wanted to thank all of you for joining me on this special journey. Oh, also too, we got ice. We got ice, but I put the ice in the ice machine. Also, my lovely wife got me flowers because she read this thing that said that the only time a man receives flowers is at his funeral. You're the very first person ever to ever buy me flowers. I love you. Hey, I'm gonna turn this back over to her, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
All right, let's do a room check. Middle of the day. They don't know I'm coming in here. Nice. They've been in the middle of playing. But even if they had everything they owned out on the floor, it still wouldn't be near as messy as what it used to. Good job. Even with everything they owned, if it was out on the floor, it could never be as messy as it was. While I'm on a roll, though, this afternoon, I'm going to tackle their closet. My kids grow like weeds. Do what, baby?
Want me to be the dresser and see if it fits?
Yeah. You can be my model. Yeah, you guys can see if the clothes fit. My kids grow like weeds, and I find myself quarterly going through their clothes and getting rid of clothes that they don't wear. I need to do a big old shopping trip because they've informed me that they don't have any pants. They have a handful of pants, and I've got 2 of them, so I need to find them more pants. I need to get them some shirts because I've been noticing that their shirts have been turned into belly shirts. Crop tops, they call it. I won't have to get socks or anything like that, undergarments or anything. No hoodies or nothing, but I definitely need to get shirts. shorts and pants because we're very limited, and we're going to be even more so limited once I go through these clothes and declutter them. I'm not going to go do a shopping trip though until I get all these clothes decluttered, because we are not doing what we did on Christmas. We're not piling stuff up on each other. When we have a big influx of stuff coming in, a big influx of stuff is going to come out. Or is it a deflux? Influx? Deflux? It's outflux. Let me show you the state of their closet. Bomb. Honestly, it's not as bad as it has been before, but I definitely need to go through it. All right, let's go. All right, we're gonna start with the top and make our way down. I'm just going to put all the clothes here in the middle of the floor. That way I don't have to be like getting up and down. I have everything I need here on the floor, and it'll be easier to go through that way. I finally made it to the closet on the 3rd day. I could have gotten this all done in one day. If I had have done it on a weekend and focused on it like on a Saturday or Sunday, I could have got it done. But because I did a lot of this, a majority of it throughout the week, I could only do it in the afternoons and the evenings because that's the only time I had to do anything extra. So that's what I did, is I spent the afternoon/evening each day working on an area of this room. I focused on getting it cleaned up and decluttered on the 1st day, and then I focused on organizing it all on the 2nd day, and then on the 3rd day, I heavily focused on the closet and the closet alone because that's the only part I had left to do. I'm going through every stitch of clothing, and if it does not fit, if it doesn't pass the belly test, if their pants are turning into capris, I'm donating it, because whatever we get rid of, we're going to have to replace with something that fits them because they're growing kiddos. We always have a lot of clothes in this house. Even though I declutter clothes all of the time, we're always getting more because my kids are forever growing, and I like having them in really nice, cute clothes. They love character clothes, so they have a lot of that. They have a lot of Adidas clothes and stuff like that. I get everything they own from the Ross, because Ross is affordable for a family who has to buy clothes for 4 kids. So I'm constantly getting them new clothes. I just need to be constantly rotating those clothes. If they're too short, if they're too tight, they don't fit, they need to be gone, and they need to be replaced with something that they can wear whenever they want to wear it and not have to worry about whether it fits or not. The good thing about going through these clothes is whenever I got everything out of the closet, I realized they didn't need as many bottoms as I thought they were going to need. So I only need to get a few of those, a few more pairs of pants and a few pairs of shorts. They have quite a bit of bottoms, but they don't have a whole lot of t-shirts for some reason. So I may have to, I'm just going to do a small clothing haul soon of things that like t-shirts, tank tops, spring summery stuff, just to get them through the spring and summer, because by next spring and summer, by winter of this year, none of it's going to fit because they're growing so fast.
With all these things I'm going through, I still wish the best for you. You're not the only one to love. There's plenty more under the sun. You'll find the one you need. Reach your total fantasy. You go out and get him, and I will find a better you. Ooh, a better you. Ooh. And so it seems I never dreamed that I would figure out that there are things that kind of bring you to a screeching stop. There's no way to save your heart. You just gotta play your part, and it will turn out all right. Ooh. With all these things I'm going through, I still wish the best for you. You're not the only one to love. There's plenty more under the sun. You'll find the one you need. Reach your total fantasy. You go out and get him, and I will find a better you. So in time, I will find all the things I'm looking for. With all these things I'm going through, I still wish the best for you. You're not the only one to love. There's plenty more under the sun. You'll find the one you need. Reach your total fantasy. You go out and get him, and I will find a better you. Ooh,
stayed home. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive.
Alright, so I've got all of the clothes we're keeping organized out. I gotta put those on hangers. Those are the ones we're getting rid of. This is the state of the bottom of their closet right now. So just a bunch of little stuff, some empty bins, and then their suitcases. So not too bad. Most of it was clothes, but I still need to go through this stuff and then get all the trash up and stuff. And then we'll be putting stuff back in here. I got pajama bins, pants bins, undergarment bins, and then their luggage back there. Looks much better. It's not Pinterest worthy organization, but it's usable organization for now, and I'll take it. I'll take it over what it looked like before, for sure. The girls are getting their keep clothes on hangers so we can put them up in here, and then we're practically done. I just need to bag up the clothes that we're donating, and then I found their beanbag thing that one of you all gave them a while back. We hadn't found it for a while. We found it a little bit after we moved, and then it got lost in the closet. That's what we can put all their Squishmallows in. Yay. So all the Squishmallows that were up against the wall, we're going to put them in that beanbag and set it up against the wall.
Whoever got that for us, I'm thankful.
It comes in handy, don't it?
Yeah, it really does actually. Makes more room.
Oh, and I also put their backpacks, their little backpacks that we use for beach trips. I put those right there, and then this right here is empty. But that's where their hair stuff is going to go.
Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise that with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about. We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away.
Looking good. Yay, that looks better. We're actually doing something really neat with these. I'm really excited to show you guys. Really excited to show you guys. This is everything we're getting rid of. Let's go through and count these.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48.
I'm making a zesty meat and noodle sort of thing, sort of dish. It's super good. I mean, it's really good. It's zesty, though. I'm cutting me up an onion, and I'm going to chop it in my little weed eater chopper. It's where you pull the string like you would rev up a weed eater. I call it my weed eater chopper. It's because it's like basically... Is this my onion eater? I add that, and I add two tablespoons of minced garlic to some butter, and just get that to where it's translucent. While that's getting translucent, I'm going to add my egg noodles to my water to have it boiling so that they can be cooking while I mess with my hamburger mixture. Day 3 of meat hockey pucks. my noodles off the heat there. I did it right in time too because I would have made them like mushy if I had waited any longer. I'm gonna remove this from the heat and then I'm gonna step by step tell you because I know by the time I do a voiceover, I will have forgotten what I did. So I'm gonna tell you here in person, or if future Merina wants to do a voiceover, girl, if you wanna do a voiceover, then I'll just tell you and then you just relay the information. No thanks, I'm good. But I'm pretty sure you're not going to want to do a voiceover because you don't really like doing voiceovers. I got my meat browned up and I'm mushing it down. I think my meat masher thing is dirty. I think it's in the sink. I don't have a whole lot of dirty dishes, but I have a couple. I think it's dirty, so I'm just going to try to mash this up with the silicone spatula as best as I can. And then I'm going to add, while this is off the heat now, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour.
Did you tell them how you cheated on Scrabble last night?
I didn't cheat on Scrabble last night. I won fair and square at Scrabble last night.
I don't know. I think I saw you making some phone calls.
You know I won. I was coming up with some good words. Philosophical words. Theological words.
She hit me with a lot of 30-pointers last night.
I got like 30, 40 points on I don't know how many.
And then you were like ahead of me by what, 50, 60 points? Even after...
Just call me Theologian Merina.
And that was
Theologian Merina.
But that was even after having 10 points deducted because you couldn't get rid of that cue.
Yeah, I couldn't get rid of my cue last night.
Letters.
I'm gonna see, this is where it's at. If you ain't got one of these, I've had it for probably about as long as I've been on YouTube. You need it. It's imperative that you have one of these. It just makes grounding up hamburger meat so much easier. I drained a lot of the grease out, but I kept my minced garlic and my onion, my chopped up onion in here. And I left a little bit because here I'm gonna go in with the 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. See how well that just grounds that up, like, so good. I'm gonna go in with 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and then a can of chicken broth. But I don't have a can, I have a carton, so I just gotta do the equivalent of a can of chicken broth. And then we're gonna put it back on the heat after we do that. 1, 2. Alright, flour is started in here. I'm gonna put it back on the heat and add my chicken broth. Y'all are a little bit catty-cornered. I'm just gonna eyeball what I think a can might be. I always think in my brain, how long would it take me to pour a can? That long. I got me some half and half. It calls for buttermilk, but all I have is half and half, and it'll work. I don't keep buttermilk around a lot. It's just, I'm just not a fan. I'm gonna do 1.5 cups. Boom. And then I'm going to do a packet of dry ranch seasoning. This is looking something. I'm going to put this in there and then I'm going to bring it to a boil and then cover it and simmer it for 10 minutes. I'm going to add some salt and pepper too real quick. Just a little sprinkle. Mix this up, bring it to a boil, cover it, let it simmer for 10 minutes. I'll be back. Okay. Woo! This is looking good. And we're going to do 1 cup of sour cream. We gotta do 1 cup of sour cream.
I don't think we do. I think you need to think this through. That's not a cup. That's like 5.
That's a cup.
No!
That's probably not even a cup.
Oh my gosh, you're putting 10. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be sour.
No, it's not.
And creamy.
Okay, now get me some mozzarella cheese. Got finely shredded mozzarella we're gonna add in here. We'll mix this in, and then I'm gonna combine it with our wide egg noodles.
Egg noodles don't scare me. Sour cream scares me.
Bumblebee.
Well, I still don't know why he says. I've heard that song ever since I was little, and I still have no idea what he says in that song.
Ooh, look at that stretchage. Bada bing. Bada boom. Okay, I got 2 tablespoons of butter in here, and I'm gonna add 3/4 a cup of these panko breadcrumbs and a little bit of salt, and then fork it around.
Release the crumble. It's gonna be interesting. I'm anxious to try this. If the sour cream don't poison me.
I'm gonna pop this in a 350 preheated oven for 25 minutes. This stuff was a solid 8 out of 10. It was really, really good. Last night of ground beef hockey pucks for this video. On the menu for tonight is this casserole we have never tried, but I've seen it on Pinterest. It's come up on my feed a billion times, and every single time I've thought, oh snap, that looks good, or oh snap, I want to try that. So tonight we're finally trying it. But while I'm waiting on the hamburger meat to brown so that I can move on with the rest of the recipe, I'm going to be grading the kiddos' schoolwork from today, so that way it'll be done. I won't have to stay up after they go to bed to do it, which is what I usually end up having to do. Grading papers usually ends up being in the late evening, early morning hours of the night, to be honest with you. That's usually when I have time to get to it, or early in the morning before we start school. So now that I have this little pocket of time, I'm gonna go ahead and start on that so I can get that done for the following day of school. The good thing about the curriculum that we use and we've used forever is it teaches the kid to go back and check their work and to grade it themselves. So really, I don't have to go through and grade a lot of their just standard work. Now their testing is a lot different, but their standard work, I don't have to go through and grade it because they're required to do that as a part of their curriculum. But I still go in with a mama look just to make sure nothing was skipped over and that we're learning everything the way we should be and there's no shortcuts being taken or anything like that. I'm always super hesitant to jump on the ship where the homeschoolers are all like, you can homeschool no matter what. If you really wanted to, you could. Because that's not necessarily true, especially for single parents. There are plenty of single parents who want to homeschool, but they cannot. They don't have the time. They don't have the resources. Same with work from home moms, you know, working moms, working dads. There are times where you just can't homeschool, and that's because homeschooling takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort. A majority of my hours in my day revolve around homeschooling. It's a lot. On the other side, I absolutely believe in you. If you want to do it and you've set your mind to it, I believe that you can do it. All right, we got this ground up and mostly drained for the most part. I want to add manwood sauce in here. I used a little bit too much, but I'm using about half of a large can of this manwood sauce, only half. I'm going to make this like the box says to. It calls for 1 package of this, 1 egg, and a 1/3 cup of milk. I doubled that and I shouldn't have. I should have only used 1 box because it was way too much cornbread. I put my mixture in this pan and then I layered my cornbread mixture on top. Only use 1 if you do this because 2 was just too much. I baked it at 400 degrees for 25 minutes and it came out so good. If I had only used 1 layer of cornbread, that would have been popping. It was still popping. We ate that thing up. There was none left. But I wish I had only used 1 thing of cornbread. This is all that's leaving my house, y'all. This is everything. The biggest declutter I've ever done. Hands down. The biggest I have ever done. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a blessed morning. Even not, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Know that I love you. But Jesus loves you so much more. I'll see y'all later.